Hello and welcome to this video. We're covering JDG, JD Gaming, as we continue the LPL 2025 preview videos. Complete disclosure, I just thought I recorded this video and I did not. So if this seems speed run, it is. Because whenever I re-record content, because I fuck up, I'm not, I've already gave my spiel. I'm not really all about giving it twice. So, JDG are ranked 4th based on last year's stats going into this event, this tournament, this season. They should go to Worlds if LCK and LPL get a 4 seed, which I believe they will if we hold true to the past, ways that teams can, a 4th team comes from a region is winning MSI or this new tournament that they're going to do in winter. So, I expect them to have a 4th team and JDG be in that conversation, if not the team. Last 3 years, JDG have finished first, and 6th in championship points. 4 of the 5 players are swapped out from last year. Missing is the only one returning. So in top lane, we have Ale. Ale last year with Anyone's Legend looked great with EDG. Looked like a guy that was stuck in a disaster. And he was, and he tried his best and only could do so much. On this squad, I think he can do his job at a high level. This is probably the best team he's ever been on. 2.6 KDA, 52.8 KP, 8.5 CS per minute. That's pretty high resource, but he had to do his job at high level, and you need resources usually to do that. 0.2% positive share differential, a 1.33 damage divided by gold, 245 gold ahead, and you're going to find that with this team, a lot of them are good laners. They can get ahead before 15 minutes, find farm, and on average have like a 500 gold lead as a team if things were the same as last year for them as this year, which is not going to be the case, of course, because 4 of those players have never played together. Well, Ale and Scout may have. 2.46 vision efficiency, vision score divided by wards placed, 17 champions, 75 games. Ale ranked 5th last season in the LPL. He's 23 years old. Jax, Kesante, Renekton account for 57% of his games played last season. Shun in the jungle, replaced by Wei on BLG. We saw Shun take a big step with his BLG, thrusting himself into the top 5 in the world in his role. He's a very good player. It's pretty much a lateral move with Kanavi. I do like Kanavi more, but Shun is pretty much just as good. 4.7 KDA, however, below 70 KP and a 6.4 CS per minute. Lower KP than normal. You say, oh yeah, well you're just looking at a couple points here or there, and it's like, yeah, but it still holds true. Lower than your normal jungler. And it's something to think about. That Shun tends to not be at the fight and at the kills quite as much as other junglers in his, even in his, tier of players. Negative 3.6 share differential, 1.09 damage divided by gold, up 140 at 15 minutes, 4.97 vision score per wards placed, 18 champions in 123 games, ranked 9th in his role in the LPL last season. Stats can only go so far. Shun is better than that, but that's what the stats had him. 22 years old, Vi, Kindred, Xinjiao, 40% of his games. So 2 out of every 5 games last season, he played one of those 3 champions. Mid lane, we have Scout, solid player, former world champion, was top 5 in his role. I'm sure some could say he's in that top 8 now, probably pretty easily and solidly. Many people don't like him because, the way he handles free agency. And as far as I'm concerned, teams tamper, players tamper. We have rats in each org leaking shit out like a cesspool. So, it's really picky choosy when people get upset with players for being dirty with teams and teams being dirty with players, because in one time they're upset and the next time they're glorifying the leaks and roster stuff, that rumors and things that we see all over the community. So it's just we're picking and choosing when we want to feel it's okay to be dirty in this whole free agency process, which it's so hypocritical and so many double standards. It's like, just shut the fuck up. It's silliness. Scout, 4.3 KDA, 70 KP, 9.1 CS per minute, 3% share differential, 1.41 damage divided by gold, up 15 at 15 minutes, so barely going positive against LPL mids last season. 3.46 vision efficiency, 20 champions in 105 games, Sixth in his role, 26 years old, so that is a thing too. He's getting a little older. And, how much does he really have left in the tank? We'll see. I mentioned in the IG video, rookie and Faker. Rookie has Faker took a step back for the majority of last season. He has for a couple of years, really, if you think about it. So, rookie needs to do that, and Scout needs to start doing that. Azir, Corky, Yone, 37% of his games. 80 carry pays. That's a big get for the LPL. Biggest move for the LPL since Deft in the 80 carry role from the LCK. A complete steal. The fact that the LCK allowed Pays to leave is a travesty. He will be one of the best in the world at some point in his career. He's still very young, and last season he's doing that weak side stay alive but be impactful deal pretty damn well for a 19-year-old, 18-year-old at international events and winning international events at his age, which is also something that people need to really consider. He has replaced Ruler and had done very well at it with Gen G. Gen G actually found more success internationally than they did with Ruler. Now, Gen G. Now, obviously, you could say, oh, well, Samsung Galaxy. No, I'm talking about Gen G. 7.6 KDA, 75 KP. 3 out of every 4 kills for Gen G. Pays made things happen for that team. They fought around him, made sure he was involved. That is something you do when a guy is a reliable player for you. And at his age, for him to be that reliable is a big deal. So JDG, I expect to do the same. He can hold his own. 8.9 CS per minute, 3.5 share differential, 1.57 damage divided by gold, 145 gold ahead, 2.63 vision efficiency, 18 champions in 135 games. If you take his LCK stats, compare them to the LPL 80 carries of this season, and he would rank second. He's 19 years old. Kalista, Senna, Aphelios, 36% of the games. Missing, the only returning player from JDG last season. Missing is one of the best in the world at his role. He gets the job done. He does pretty damn good at it. I expect him to fit alongside Pays pretty easily once the whole communication thing gets worked out, and I'm sure Missing will be okay because he was with Ruler last season. 3.3 KDA, 71.1 KP, negative 5.3 share differential. So what, this team 6.5, 6.7? Well, there's some gold to go around on this team, I guess. 0.75 damage divided by gold, negative 5 gold differential, so 140, 155, 295, 540. 540 gold lead on average when you add these players up. Low vision efficiency, though. I will say that, 1.67. You'd like that to be much higher, especially for a player like Missing Stature, especially for a guy that was alongside Ruler that should be winning his lane and getting in the enemy jungle and finding places to put wards. So that is a thing. 17 champions in 113 games, ranked 4th last year in the LPL, 23 years old, Rel, Leona, Nautilus, 41% of his games. Weakest part of this team is the coach, CV Max. Lot to be desired there. A guy that, coached the Griffin roster, found the Griffin players. On DRX, found Carria, and for talent-wise, is pretty good at what he does. But as a coach, we saw with KDF, he could not turn that team around the last couple of years. Somehow landed this JDG job. So 96 and 84 domestically in the regular season in the LCK. That's a 53% win rate. 15 and 27 in the playoffs for a 36% win rate, and a 7-11 in the international events, and that's a 38% win rate. So hell, really, he's got more losses than wins when you combine all three. That's not for a roster of this size, and not of this size, but of this magnitude. You would like a better coach. So either CV Max is gonna return to form. Excuse me. Either he's going to return to form and be that great coach that we saw years ago, or he's going to be the first one out the door as they try and find out a way to fix this team, because the players on it I really won't see as the problem, at least not skill-wise. Maybe they don't mesh. There's always that possibility when you have players of this caliber mixing together. Almost pretty much, essentially a super team. 4 of the 5 are free agents. That's always a thing, but I think the coach is the first one to go if they do have issues. So Right now, projected as a Worlds team, at the very least, will be contending for one of those 4 spots from the LPL. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.